Hey there, my name is Bill Marion and this is A Nose for Life. In this video, I'm going to take you to a tourist attraction on private property in one of the most isolated parts of West Virginia. And that's not even the best part of the story. I'm also going to share some moments from a sunset on West Virginia's highest peak, Spruce Knob. I had a blast making this video and I know you're going to enjoy watching it. Trust me, there's a lot to see. You'll want to stick around to the very end, so go ahead and click the like button and let's get started. This is Osceola, West Virginia, and in my opinion, it is probably the most remote place in West Virginia that you can drive through or drive to. I mean, you can hike to more remote places, obviously, but this is, well, it's a historic place, historic region. I just drove off of Spruce Knob to get to this location, but we are still at a high elevation right here. It takes about 2 hours to get here from Harrisonburg. You're not that far, 4 hours from DC, I guess, give or take. There's nothing around here but farms. And a lot of these farms, well, there's nobody living on the farms. I mean, there's nobody back here. You don't pass cars back here. And I'm back now to go to an attraction here that's kind of real famous. It's called the Sinks of Gandy. Now, I've got a hike back to it on this back road, and I'm gonna take you with me. Let's go. This video was sponsored by Knott Crafted. For all your welding needs in the Shenandoah Valley, check out Knott Crafted. Links down in the description below. The Sinks of Gandy gets its name from Gandy Creek, which was named after Uriah Gandy, who settled in the area in 1781. The cave passes through a spur of Yoakum Knob, a summit in the Allegheny Mountains. By the middle of the 19th century, people were writing about the sinks. Interest in the cave spread again in the middle of the 20th century, and it was during that time period that the West Virginia Highway Department began looking into its tourism potential, but nothing came of it. Back in 1900, Osceola had a logging boom, and with it, a sizable community. But the logging boom only lasted 15 years, and they left, leaving these large tracts of land. The two entrances of the sinks are owned by two different families, the Teeter family, who owned the land since 1854, and the Tingler family. Access to the Sinks of Gandy is permitted by the owners, but there is no marker telling anyone where the entrance or exit is located. This area is completely surrounded by wilderness areas, including Laurel Fork North and South wilderness areas. Most people get here by way of Spruce Knob. When you're descending from Spruce Knob to this area, you think you're coming down into a valley, but the elevation at Osceola is around 3,500 feet. Now, of course, the elevation varies depending on the terrain, but everything you see here is at least 3,000 feet above sea level. East of the Mississippi, that's pretty high up. One of the entrances of the sinks is for sale. 800 acres of land. Mineral rights included, no restrictions in one of the entrances to the cave for a mere $15 million. So it's a half a mile
from the fence to this location here at the Sinks of Gandy. This is kind of scary. It's almost set up like an indoor ride at Disney or Universal. You can't see anything, it's dark. There's a corner, so it's not a straight shot to where you can see light on the other side. And even though there are countless videos on YouTube covering the Sinks of Gandy, when you see it, you understand why people in the video are scared. Because I've always looked at the video and went, hey dude, dudette, just swim. It's not that big of a deal because you can walk the whole way. But there are a few factors. First of all, there are bats. Yes, I hate bats. I like Batman. Batman's kind of cool, but I don't like bats. And there are bats in here. And also, it's dark. Not to mention the fact, and I said this earlier, we are really totally in the middle of nowhere. Just absolutely nowhere. You just can't pass something like this up. I'll take you with me as far as we can go with this camera. So it's gonna get pixelated because there's no light back there at all. And just so you know, this water is like ice water and we're in the middle of the summer. It's almost July. It's cold. Now, honestly, I have no idea why I didn't bring a flashlight.
Because I'm an idiot. Happy?
I mean, I should have thought to bring a flashlight.
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
I'm not gonna pass through there without a flashlight.
Well, duh.
So, I'm really curious about the other entrance and if I have enough daylight to find it.
You serious?
Probably end up making 3 different versions of this video. Seriously, because there's just 3 different ways to tell the story, and you know, it seems like a challenge. You know, how many different ways can you tell that you've kind of messed up a perfect excursion?